Let's talk about this, boys, and then we'll get into some questions with the chat. We'll talk to the people. This is
Cormani.
this is. I knew it was gonna come bite me in the ass somehow, some way. So this thing, I waited too. I preached. I don't care about being first in this field. That's not our expertise. The reason being is that there's a level of burnness when you try to be first. I try to be timely, not first, and then give thoughts and opinions. I'm not here to give you the journalistic investigation. Information about Cormani McClains being late was traveling around the internet. We talked about that on Monday. That video on Monday simply just referred to of him missing meetings. And then I gave my color opinion on the fact that he could be released. He could be dismissed based on these actions, based on what we feel. Again, we know of the situation, the drama coming into this. The reason why he's a walk-on is because of the drama that surrounds Cormani McClains. I gave my thoughts and opinions about it. People were trying to come at me in the comments and tag me saying, like, you're spreading this, you're spreading that. No. What was stated, people are comfortable with the fact that, hey, there was meetings that were missed. How many, whatever the level of severity of it, that we don't know, and I stated that in the meeting. What then happened was a Twitter account tweeted that he was dismissed from the team. This Twitter account isn't like they may be verified, but they're not like they're us. They're a version of us, I would say. They're a well-connected.
Oh, no, a way worse version than us, but go ahead.
Like a well-connected content creator that flirts on the side of trolling, right? I don't think you troll with other fan bases, but again, with that kind of platform, when you post something, it carries weight. He posted that he was dismissed. Other brands, bigger brands, took it and ran with it as the truth. Then that created a major backfire. Will Harris tweeted out false. His agent tweeted out, and even Billy said today that he's been doing great. He's making progress. All that, all the new noise around that was overblown, is what he stated. That's where we're at. All is good, as from what we're hearing. And look, maybe there was a little bit of, he was late. They handled business, clean with it, and moved on. Again, I gave my thoughts and opinions about it. Going into this, I felt like he was on a short leash. That was where I came from it. I don't take back what I said. If what we know is that, hey, you're showing up late, you're doing multiple times after being said not to be late, then yeah. But look, they chose to, hey, move forward. I'm cool. Support it. It's still a walk-on. No harm, no foul. As long as the team's cool with it, they've settled it. It's a family beef at the end of the day. Whatever they feel is right, that's the decision. We're all going to have an opinion from the outside, but like I said on Monday, we don't have the full story. I don't know exactly verbatim what happened. It's all secondhand. So if the family, meaning the players and the coaches, agree, like, look, you got to figure it out. We're not going to do this again. Cool. And they're cool with it. I'm cool with it. People are going to run whichever way they want with it, but ultimately, I support whatever they do. But it was a little touch and go there for a minute.
Yeah, that guy was Pokeway, and he has zero inside knowledge with staff. He says he knows staff members and all this other kind of stuff. Well, if a staff member told you he was kicked off the team and he wasn't kicked off the team, and everybody else came out, like his agent and everything else, you're just bullshitting everybody, and you just need to. That's why I blocked that guy 3 years ago. So I'll lay that one to rest. But from what I have heard from an actual people that are inside the program is, yes, that was true. Obviously, it was posted on On3 and 24/7 and all over Twitter and everything else. But as they said, he's done well. They're going to give him, I guess they're going to give him another shot or a chance, or maybe that wasn't as big of a deal as people thought it was. Maybe he was late for different reasons, and we don't know. Nobody told me anything like that. So right now, all is good. I think, when we first took him, I didn't really like it because of what he did to us prior, with the whole Miami thing and then going to Colorado, all that kind of stuff. But, I was like, look, if we're going to take him as a PWO, get a scholarship, he's a kid. He makes dumb mistakes. Give him another shot. Maybe, maybe he needs guidance. Maybe he needs a little bit of guidance. So I was okay with it. And then this comes out, and in my head, I'm just kind of like, I could probably see this coming. I was thinking that. But, they've put their whole cards down, man. They're going to give him I guess I don't even know if it's another shot. I don't even know what's going on back there, but apparently they're okay with everything. And it's just probably another learning lesson he's going to have to go through. I mean, he's just fresh coming into the University of Florida. All right. So he's still kind of trying to get his wits about everything, talk to people, get to know people and stuff like that. And the team already said, "Hey, come on over here. We'll take you in." So it's more of a I don't know, man. Like I have mixed feelings about it, but like at the same time, I'm just not like it just doesn't bother me. Like I said, you took him as a PWO. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. And it's not like he's starting either. Like he's
Yeah.
still trying to
There's
work
no
his
harm,
way
no
up.
foul, any way you want to look at it. And like, because our buddy Mr. Nobody's trying to take shots of like, see, this is a bad idea. I was like, I don't believe it was a bad idea. You knew the entire time that it was a risk. It's going to continue. And the risk of the sense that you, like, hey, you got to say, see you later. But, and look, and Mike Banks says, hey, we should really stop the Cormani stuff, whether he's on the team or not, until it's legitimately confirmed, let him be him. What I stated on Monday was legitimately confirmed, and then I gave my thoughts and opinion, which we always do. The Polkway stuff, I saw that, I was like, I'm not taking that bait. That's I'm like that's bait. I didn't even bite into it. It blew up and was killed by the time the thing got posted, and it never really grew any legs. I waited a day and a half to see if there was some legitimacy behind that, because their Cormani stuff, it's crazy how much just drama that follows them. Like it's wild. I don't know. It's just people love hearing about Cormani McClains. And so when it first came out, I was like, it's just people love kind of running with it. But again, we report on the news of what's happening with Florida Gators. It was a big topic of discussion. People were trying to, point it whichever way. Look, to be fair, it's exhausting to talk about at times, but it's also in July.
Yeah.
So we need football is what it boils down to.
Yeah. So what I'll say about that too is like I knew about that on Saturday, right? So I got a message from somebody Saturday that was saying, "Hey, look, there's issues there in what we've discussed," but I never said anything. Like I could have came out and said, "Oh man, he's kicked off the team and this is bad and all that," but like I don't like. There's sometimes where the staff doesn't want things out if something happens, so I always wait till it's officially reported by somebody, a more credible site that the staff
That's
actually
why I
works
waited
with
till
all the
Monday.
time.
Yeah,
Like on three, the staff works with on three and all these other sites all the time, so they're constantly talking to them in communication. So I don't break anything until it happens, right? So I always rely on them more than I rely on anything else. So once it happens, then I'll share whatever details, or I'll just report the news like I always do. So, yeah, I mean, preemptively saying that something I've made that mistake before a long time ago. Don't do it again. I already learned. I'm good.
Yeah, it's a dicey little world. Mike says, as soon as Cormani balls out, keep that same energy. The energy of me wanting Cormani to be successful is always been true. I've got nothing but I don't know this kid from Adam, but if Cormani, to put blank name, from what we know, I gave my thought and opinion of like, look, for me, again, we don't know the whole story, but at what point do you pull the trigger? It seemed at the time that it was pretty egregious, that it was just like, F it, I don't care. Again, things can be taken out of proportion. It is what it is. Seems to be put to rest by now. Hopefully it goes away. Again, unfortunately, we live in a world, unfortunately, because people are like, this Polkway guy, I don't know this guy from Adam. I'm not here to get into beef with him, what have you. He had a whole Twitter space. It's stupid drama. It's crazy. But what unfortunately is guys like this, they have a little bit of influence, which carries to a bigger platform, which gets people involved. You've got agents tweeting, coaches tweeted. It gets brought up on SEC Media Day. So it's not like it's just some guy tweeting. And everyone's like, oh, he's going to lose credibility. And unfortunately, in today's world that we live in, that you can say something this crazy, but there's so much crazier news that's happening in the next 5 minutes that it's just going to get pushed to the side. And people make a living off this. Big Game Boomer makes a living off just crazy ass posts that make literally no sense. And I get irritated at times because it's like, why even have a legitimate opinion about it? You might as well just go out there and say the most outlandish, craziest thing, because that's what moves, right?
Oh yeah,
but I was like, I can't do that. It's too exhausting.
yeah, you'll get followers instantly. I thought it was sad and pathetic that like I watched his follower. I wasn't even trying to look at his follower count. I just kept clicking on his like, because I have him blocked, but you can still view things because people were talking about it, so I started viewing stuff. Like his follower count went up like 300. Who the hell follows a guy that gives out wrong info and says stupid shit all the time? Like that makes no sense to me. But I mean, like at the end of the day, I want the kid to be successful. I want every kid that comes to the University of Florida to be successful because that means more wins for us and us being happy. So,
Look,
I mean, a 5-star kid that has this talent, of course, I wanted to succeed.
We talk about all that goes around when there was the Cormani Wilson stuff. We talked about it. I hate talking about it, but again, you still want to know what's going on. It's a pulse of your team, what's happening. So it is what it is. it's weird, the kind of, I guess I would say, maybe the rat poison, going back to Nick Saban, what follows it. Let's do this. I have a couple things here. I've got a couple bulletin board